Happy Friday, everybody. Almost made it to the end of the week. The topic of today's video is blame versus responsibility. Here's what I mean by that. I was reading a book. I'm reading a book currently. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a You Know What. And there was a chapter in there. It was called blame versus reality, or blame or reality, or something like, or not reality, but responsibility. Blame or responsibility. And it really kind of opened up my eyes. It was saying that there's in life, in any situation that doesn't go your way, you have the option of blaming. Obviously, you could say, well, this is the reason why I didn't do that, or this is that person caused me not to be able to do this, or this is the reason why I wasn't successful in this, that, or the other thing, or whatever. And that's okay. You can blame all you want as long as you take responsibility for the outcome. And here's kind of what I mean by that. And they're two different things: blame and responsibility, obviously. But it's the analogy it uses in the book. It's, if, let's say somebody leaves a baby on your doorstep, they abandon the baby, you don't ever see that person that dropped it off. Well, you have to make a decision when that baby is, you have to take action. You're responsible for that baby now. You're not to blame for that baby being abandoned, but you're now responsible for that baby, right? So you have to make a decision. You can either leave the baby there, you can, take it and turn it into CPS, you can take it in, feed it, you can, whatever you decide to do, but you have to make a decision. You're now responsible for that baby, right? Even though you're not to blame for the reason why the baby was there, you're still responsible for that baby, and you have to take responsibility because it's now your responsibility. That's the same thing in anything in life. If you're trying to do something, let's say, I don't know, you're trying to achieve a goal in the gym, and your significant other keeps eating bad, in front of you. Well, you can blame that person for you not achieving your goals, but you ultimately are still responsible for the outcome. So it's crazy how that works, but we have to take responsibility. And one of the things he said, he's like, for anything in life. And he said several people have come to him and said, what about if somebody dies in your family or something like that? Obviously you're not to blame for that, but you have to take responsibility for how you feel about that. And that doesn't mean you can't grieve. That doesn't mean any of that stuff, but you are not to blame for that situation, but you're still responsible for the way that you feel after it happens, if that makes sense. And obviously it's unfortunate, but you have to make a decision. You can either decide to continue to, and it's not always this easy, obviously, but this is just how he was explaining it, and it was kind of crazy. And it was like, I was like, wow, that's true. Like, you are responsible for everything in life. It goes back to the old saying that it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to what happens to you. That's 100% true. Even though you might not have been to blame for the scenario happening, you still have to take responsibility for it. You're still there, you still are in it, you still have to take responsibility for the way that you feel about it. So hopefully I translated that clearly enough, and hopefully that helped. If you want more clarity on that, pick up the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. So anyway, that's the message for today. I will see you all tomorrow morning for the weekend.